Good morning. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. How is everyone doing? Hello, Court. Welcome, Santos. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hello. Hi, Ultralight. Hi, Marcus Hugh. Hi, Jingnyang. No, no, Mr. Jingnyang. Hi, Zay has the Crimson Fox Marshmallow. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hope you're all having a beautiful, sunny, beautiful day. And oh, hello, listen, you're at the gym. That's pretty cool. Hello, Olive Oil. Minko Berry Flan, my child. Hello, everyone. Hi, Jimmy. Welcome to the stream. Good morning. Hi, HP Tempest. Handrail. Oh, have fun fixing your handrail. Welcome. Well, today. Oh, thank you. Hi, Socks. Welcome. Welcome, everyone. Yes. So, an update from the last stream. I shall start with that. Last stream I talked about procrastinating and hating drawing. To be honest, like, I haven't really drawn something since December. Well, that's not really true, but I've drawn some stuff since December, but like not really a lot. Like maybe I've been drawing a couple times a week, but that's like not a lot for me. And I only finished like one piece since maybe. Anyway, so past few days I've been drawing again, and I'm not angry when I draw. So that's great. Welcome, Aeronaut. Welcome. Yeah, so now I'm drawing again. I don't know why. I honestly don't know why I started drawing again and why I don't want to scream and punch my computer every time I draw. I guess I just got over it. Welcome, Raid. Yeah. I don't know. So, problem solved. Yeah. Calm, yes. Everything's calm and wonderful. Oh. Well, there you go. I've been working on several projects. Pretty happy. And feeling pretty good. Well, a little bit stuffy, but feeling good art-wise. Progress, yes. Progress. Maybe in a few years I'll post some pretty cool stuff when it's all done. And it will seem like I'm doing like a lot of things at once. But really, I just spent like 2 years working on the stuff, and you guys are just experiencing it all 2 years later. So that's gonna be exciting. You guys looking forward to that? Oh, welcome, Raiden. Welcome to the first stream you've got time for. Good job. Good for you, Cat. Yeah, thank you. Now tell me, everyone, about your lives. Oh, goodness. How have you all been? Anything interesting happening recently? Something good? Something good happening in your lives? Oh. I drew some pictures of bunnies and cats. I think that cured my art depression. Bunnies and cats. Life busy. I see. The eclipse? Oh yeah, the eclipse. That's pretty cool. Yes, unfortunately, I didn't get the eclipse because I don't live in the right country for that. So I'm gonna have to wait another 1,000 years or something. I don't know. 100 years? I guess I might not see it in my lifetime. I don't know. Okay. Too cloudy for you? Bummer. Oh, that's the bummer. That's a bummer. Bummer. Man. You're moving soon? Clearing the new house, fixing it up. Gonna have to install insulation. Wow. Yep. That's a big job. You've got a lot to do. That's exciting. Recently one of my acquaintance friends got a new house, and they've been like tearing down all the walls and then putting in new insulation and then putting in new walls, and yeah, it's quite a lot of work. Also the floors, they redid the floors too, so I was like, whoa, that's crazy. And I helped tear up the vinyl floor, which was fun. It was a lot of work, my goodness. It was like vinyl on top of something else, and it was all glued together with like ancient glue. So it's intense. Hello, welcome, Ninjin. Hi, Chio. College semester's almost over. Oh, are you excited for it to be over? Or are you enjoying college? Thinking of buying my first PC. You know what? That's pretty cool. Every single time I've had a laptop, it's always been disappointing. I think I've had, well, even when using other people's laptops, nothing is as good as a PC. I don't know why. Yeah, except for music making. For me, I prefer Mac, but even then, it's like, ugh. Anyway, yeah, buying your first PC, that's exciting. PCs are cool to have. Raid says, I wanted to make an animation during spring break, but I crumpled. Crumpled? So there's that. You crumpled? What does that mean? You crumpled? Well, you know what? You can just make a 2-frame animation. You could do it right now. You could draw a stick figure pointing and then one way and then pointing the other way. You could flip back and forth, and then technically you had made an animation of some sort. Perhaps it would be considered an animatic, but if it moves fast enough, it's an animation. Right? So it's still possible. Definitely. Aloha, Neonax. Welcome. Bunnies indeed. Who's the senior citizen in the thumbnail? Temporary handle. Are you even a real fan? What do you... You have to watch the neat music video, sir. Sir, I'm gonna send it to you. I spent like 6 months, 9 months, I don't know how many months, a lot of months on this music video for Static P. And it's called The Time I Got Resurrected as a Neat in a Fantasy World, but I'm Powerless, Just Like My Last Life. You need to watch it because it's really good and it's really impressive, and like, it's, you don't even have to watch the rest of my stream. Just go watch that video. It's really good. Like, it's really good. Like, even I'm impressed with myself for the work I did on that. So, there you go. There you go. Something fun to watch. Yes. 2028 is the Australian eclipse. Yeah, but what if I'm not in Australia? You know? Man. They happen every 4 years. Oh, okay. That's good to know. Maybe I'll have a chance. I'll have a chance to see one. That's exciting. Lots to do. Going to be satisfying once finished. Yes, I'm really looking forward to your place being fixed up. Look out for mold. Make sure you destroy all the mold if there's mold. Don't let it get to you. Yes, the stream is sponsored by the Neat Music Video. My brain just went blank because I was like, how would that work? Okay, yes. Nice to be back after having to take a few years off. Oh, interesting. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I relate. I've taken a few years off things and come back and it's way better. Nowadays people just spec out their laptops for certain things. Really? That's really unexpected. I wonder if most people have laptops. If so, that's really unexpected. I guess. I don't know, I've always had a PC. Yeah. I remember having one of those massive, like, fat computers with the gigantic fat monitor that's like a box, you know? And I remember playing, I don't even know what I played. I played Barbie games. I don't know. When I was a kid, I played McDonald's CD-ROM games and Barbie games. So, I'm very cultured in that way. I was very much a girly girl as a kid. I was not a computer person. Probably because we had ADSL. It's not ADSL. The internet that was like dial-up. There you go. What can you do with dial-up? Nothing. That's why we didn't do anything with that. Took like 40 seconds to load a web page or longer. Don't even get me started on videos. Hello, elderly mushroom. Welcome. Oh, Raid NS has a condition for their animation. Non-stick figure, cool, very epic, not half-ass animation. Crumpled, frustrated to the point where you draw like 3 lines and undo them over the span of 30 minutes. Yeah, I get that. I really do get that. Sometimes I just draw really badly, just all day. But you kind of gotta look at it from the lens that your eyes have caught up to your skill level, so you think that everything you draw looks bad, but actually you're just able to perceive mistakes a lot easier. But really, you're just getting better at drawing, so try to think of it in a positive light if possible. And keep in mind that you're drawing for non-artists, so a lot of the mistakes you notice, normal people won't even notice at all. They'll be like, they wouldn't be able to point to a bad thing in your art. They'll just think, whoa, that's super cool. You know? So yeah. Sinholler, she's our grandma telling about her old lifestyles. I'm not that old. Jeez. I don't think I'm old enough to be a grandmother. Not yet. Oh, well. Nah. Nah, I'm not, actually. So, a few more years. My friends. Then I'll become a grandmother. Yeah. Read the chat. Self-advertisement. Yeah. Yeah. Self-advertisement, yeah. That's the one. Oh, hi Diana. Welcome to the stream. We're having a very relaxed stream. Oh my goodness, guys. I made sticky date pudding. I bought dates from the store. They were $13. I can't believe that I spent $13. And then like the cream was like $6. So I spent so much money on making this cake. This mud cake. No, sorry. Oh my gosh, it's not a mud cake. What is it called again? Sticky date pudding. It's so... I loved that one time I went to the beach and had a sticky date pudding. It was the best experience of my life and I wanted to recreate it, but I wanted to be really fancy. I was like trying to put as many ingredients as possible into the sticky date pudding. So I had like dates, cinnamon, nutmeg, vanilla, rum, I don't know, and a myriad of like other things that like, and it just turned out to be like a rum cake. And I was like, you know what? It's not a sticky date pudding. It tastes good. It tastes like a rum cake. So I was like, oh, oops. I tried to go too fancy and it didn't taste like a sticky date pudding. So next time I'm gonna have to have a bit more of a basic recipe. Yeah. So that's what happened. And I put molasses in it too. I just put a bunch of stuff. Dates, no, like dates as in like the fruit. Dates. Dates. I don't know how else to describe it. They kind of look like a plum or like a dried up prune or something. Like they're dates and they're very sweet. Anyway, sticky date pudding. Or some people call it sticky toffee pudding. It's very good. It's very yummy. Okay. Flan says they are far more common than people think, especially in the Americas. People are just far more vocal about everything here. I don't remember what we were talking about. Oh, maybe. Nope. No idea. The video was a pop. Great. You are mold, an elderly mushroom. Are mold and fungi different? I thought they were. What do dates typically taste like? I don't know. They kind of just taste... Okay, they taste like those Japanese red beans. Uncle? They taste exactly like uncle. Exactly. Like, to a T, exactly that. Perfectly. Yep. And you know what? I don't really like uncle, and I don't really like dates, like, as a fruit on its own. But I do like it in a sticky date pudding. It's yummy. You know? They have like a bean texture. Yeah. Ninjin says, I enter the static P video you send, it's nice cat. Yeah, the video is good. Make sure to give it your full attention. Don't like listen to the stream and watch the video at the same time. You gotta... Not unko, unko. Oh my goodness. Unko. Unko is something else. Sorry. Don't look that up. Okay. Red beans. Red beans just taste like a really sweet bean, and they have the texture of a bean, and they're just extremely sweet. I don't know how else to describe it. Anyway, reads the chat. Yes. Drawing from the nursing home. Come on, guys. I'm not that old. I'm not an old lady. I will be someday. Hopefully. You know, it's a privilege to live a long time. You know, it's a good thing. Well, I would think it's a good thing. I hope to live a long time. I hope to be an old lady one day. I guess that's my dream come true. Like, being an old lady is kind of like a goal of mine. Maybe you could think of it like that. Unless we're gonna do that whole... Humanity's gonna do that thing where they extend our lives, like, significantly, like another 200 years or something. Which would be insane. Yeah. I wonder how many people would want their lives... Well, I'm sure a lot of people would like their lives extended. But I was thinking about that the other day. You know? And extending your life. I mean, the longer someone lives, I mean, I wonder if people would treat life differently if they lived longer. You know? I don't know. I guess not. I don't think people take into consideration the longevity of your life when making decisions, such as, like, if you're in a bad situation, for example, in a bad environment. Not a lot of people think, well, I don't want this to last forever because I'm going to live another 60 to 80 years and I don't want this to be my life that whole time, so therefore I'm going to make a change. Don't think people really think that way about life. They just kind of like make decisions in the moment, mostly, kind of thing. You know, I don't know. Yeah, we'd probably think of life the same. Because we used to live a lot less. So, yeah, we've become short-sighted. I can agree with that. For sure. Try making pudding with vanilla and honey dates. Okay, well, I'll try. Vanilla and honey. I'm scared to put honey in things because honey is just such an overpowering flavor that can ruin something so easily. It can also make something taste a lot better, like a million times better. So it just really depends on what you put it in, because it's really overpowering. Raiden says, I feel like thinking I'm better than other people in terms of artistic skill is bad for my ego. I think it's okay to admit that if you've been doing art for like 5 years and you've kind of perfected your craft in a way, and like you're comparing, the thing is, why does... You don't have to compare yourself. And just because just because you're a good artist doesn't make you better than other people, first of all. But if you're good at art and someone's not, it's fine to think you're good at art. It just means that the other person, if they wanted to be, I don't know, that's weird. I don't know, if you're an artist and you've been working hard for a long time and your art is good, I don't think it has anything to do with thinking you're better than someone else. That's not what I was trying to say. I don't think I was trying to say that you have to think you're better than other people at all. Nothing to do with that. It's just that other people who are not, like, when I first started out art, I remember I really looked up to certain artists, like because I loved their style. I thought they was so talented. I thought they was so amazing, and I thought their art was flawless and beautiful, and I could never like measure up. I could never like get to that level. I thought it was so good. But like 5 years later, I look back on the same art that I really loved when I first started. I'm like, wow, I see so many problems. I see their art in a completely different light. You know, I see all the mistakes, and like I've gotten to that level where I can tell now, you know? So I don't think it means that you're better than, I don't think it means that at all. It's the same with music, you know? If you've been working on music for a really long time and you're good at it, your ears are gonna be able to pick up mistakes a lot better than someone who hasn't even played an instrument before. You know, it's a matter of skill level. You know, it doesn't mean you're better at all. It's not, that doesn't really come into it at all. So yeah, don't be, like, for me, I'm okay if I never improve with my art from this point, because I know I'm at a point where the general public will think my art is good. And like, what's the word? What's the word? Consumable? Like, my art is at a level where it's consumable, it's cute, it's good enough, doesn't need to be better, you know? So even if I draw something bad, that I think is bad, chances are people who don't do art will think, oh, it's a good drawing, and they won't be able to see the bad stuff in it. They won't be able to see the mistakes. Just not because I'm better than them, but because they just haven't trained their eye like as much as I have. You know? That's it. And they don't need to, because, you know, some people who get into music get really good at it and they can't enjoy it anymore because they've gotten so good at listening to music that they can point out every flaw, everything, and they just can't enjoy it anymore because they're too critical perhaps, maybe. That's not the right word. Anyway, doesn't make you better than someone just because your eyes can pick up on things I don't know, that other people can't see. I don't know. Anyway, does that make sense? So yeah, Cat is officially better than everyone confirmed. No, that is the opposite of what I'm trying to say here. I'm not trying to say that at all. No. Oh my goodness. Unko, isn't that Japanese for poop? Yes, that's why I said uncle. Oh goodness. Oh my. Hello, Gaming with Math. Welcome to the stream. Longevity is definitely a topic of concern. Raid says, I thought about my value of life in middle school and started looking at myself in third person, which scared me. That's why I don't like to think about life. Okay, fair. Yeah, it is kind of weird seeing your life in third person because you're like, why did you do that? Oh my goodness. And you're like, oh. Actually, my life seems so much more interesting in third person. Anyway, too bad I don't want to talk about it. Sug says, especially when you see the financial decisions some people make, it can be pretty bad. Yeah, Yeah, like spending $13 on dates. Yeah, that's what I did. Um. Dun, dun, dun. Oh, you can get those honey tasting dates. Oh, they're not covered in honey. They taste. They just taste like honey. Okay, okay, okay. I just got jewel dates. I don't know the normal dates that they recommend for sticky date pudding. um. Yeah. Bruh says simply means you put more skill points into art than others. They probably invested in something else cool. Yeah, that's equally cool. And even if they didn't invest in anything, like even if they literally aren't good at anything and they like claim that, it doesn't mean you're better than someone else. You know, we're all like, to put a value on someone's, to say someone else's life is more valuable than someone else's, that's a really tough thing to do. That's difficult because we have so much potential. You know, us as people, like someone who is at the depths of, in the depths of hell, and they're like doing all these horrible things or something, they can come out of it and become like the greatest person, like beautiful, you know what I mean? And they can like help so many people. You know? Like genuinely people can make huge turns in their life. So and it's the same the other way around. Like someone could be on top of the world, be like a really good person, and then they can turn into like the worst, most horrible person ever and like commit horrible things. We're all capable, fully capable of doing horrible things and beautiful things and great things, you know? All of us are capable. So comparing your value to someone else's value is just so bizarre to me, you know? And how can you, like, it's just your perception as well. So you can't even look at someone for who they truly are and what kind of impact they truly have in the world and on other people. You know, it's just your perception. It blinds you. So, I don't know. I never compare myself to other people. At least I don't notice that I do. I'm definitely not a type of person that, yeah, my brain just doesn't let me, because it's like, why are you thinking like that? That doesn't make sense. And it's interesting because sometimes you might perceive someone to be the greatest person ever and like kind of like your savior, but then over time your perception might change and you might realize that they're actually like the worst person you've ever met, and you can't believe that you've been like friends with them, or like you can't believe that you've been supporting them when they're this terrible of a person. And it's like your perception just like blinds you completely. So I mean, I really struggle to have opinions on things, like I mean certain opinions, like especially opinions that are final, you know what I mean? Because perception, man, messes you up. It's very, very yeah. Anyway. Oh, handrail fixed. Congratulations, Tempest. Well done. Wonderful. Yeah, it's nice. Well, it wasn't as bad as you thought. That's because your brain, I mean, I hear this stuff, but I don't agree with it. I heard the other day that your brain, when it thinks of the future, when it thinks of bad things that could possibly happen, it thinks like its perceived outcome is twice as bad as what it would actually be in reality. And then when you think about the good things that you can achieve, it cuts the goodness, if you will, in half. So it halves your goodness, and it doubles your like nightmares. It doubles the bad things that could happen. And I don't believe that, because sometimes, you go into something, you're like, this is gonna be great, this is gonna be so good, and then it just turns out awful. And sometimes you go into things thinking, oh, it's gonna be the worst thing ever, and it's like the best thing ever. So I don't agree with that. But I don't know. That's what I heard. I think it's like the thing with science is that when people do these kind of big studies and come to these conclusions of like, oh, scientifically speaking, our brains make things 2 times worse when we're thinking about the bad things, the bad possibilities that can happen. You know what I mean? And they scientifically found out that that's a thing because of the study they did. But here's the thing. The studies are based on overall averages. They don't really take into consideration like individual people, if that makes sense, and individual situations and stuff like that. So it's hard to say anything with certainty. It's hard to have beliefs, especially scientific based beliefs. Well, I mean, non-scientific based beliefs too. It's just hard to have beliefs in anything when everything's so based on averages and what's the word? Just like kind of depends, situational, as is everything with life, regardless, and totally based on perception and unintentional. What's the word? When you have a inkling is totally the wrong word. When you bend in a certain way towards a certain outcome and you receive that outcome because you're bending towards it. I forget what that's called, but very much that. So, anyway. I'm gonna read the chat. Yeah. Hello, Sari. Welcome. Elderly Mushroom says, I once made a table that I was extremely proud of and I thought it looked great. 1 year later, when I look at that table, I see so many mistakes now. Someone told me the table wasn't bad. I just improved. Yeah, exactly. That's really true. Like, if I looked at an artwork I made even just like a few months ago, I'd be like, wow, I've noticed so many problems with it now. And that's just you getting better at whatever you're doing. And that's a good thing. That's a good thing to get better at things. At least I think it's a good thing. Maybe you might think it's a bad thing to get better at things. Maybe you don't want to get better at things because now you can only look at your everything you make and just think it's bad. But if you were completely oblivious and you were stuck in this kind of you were just stuck in at the same level always, then you would always think you're drawing something really cool or making something really cool, and you wouldn't be able to ever see the flaws in it because you would never get better. Maybe some people want that, but I'm good. I like getting better and hating my art sometimes. It's fine. You know, you just gotta execute. I mean, I like executing. I just like execution more than quality sometimes. I'll admit it. I know it's a bad. I prefer to consume quality, but I prefer to put out quantity in terms of art. Well, depends. Depends on the project, but now I'm taking my time a bit more, so maybe it doesn't apply as much. But I was very quantity focused for a long time. So I'm kind of used to drawing things that I think are bad. Because I'm just accepting this looks bad and that's fine. Moving on to the next drawing. So, yeah, it takes time to make things that you think are good. Yeah. The Crimson Fox says, I can never say anything bad just because I can hardly draw stick people. I think you're allowed to I think you're allowed to have an opinion even if you're bad at like, for example, some people might just have a really good eye. You know what I mean? Or really good ear for things, but they might not actually be good at the thing itself. And I think that's totally valid. I think those opinions are valid and you're allowed to have them. You know? Criticism without hatred, absolutely. That is vital. It is so important to be encouraging to yourself as well. Like, if you make it bad artwork, for example, you just be like, okay, this is where I'm at right now, but that's fine, I can do better. You know? Or like, this is where I'm at right now, and I can't do better right now in this current moment, but I'll get better over time if I keep going at it, you know? Just be encouraging and like, lovely to yourself. You know? Raid NS says, I mean, here's the thing. I sort of do art as a way to chill out, so I guess the idea of the amount of time I put into art never really crossed my mind, so I see where you guys are coming from. Yeah. I think in some ways, yeah, that's... If it's not your job, it's really good to not think about art as a fast thing that you should be rushing, you know? Yeah. Yeah. Elderly Mushroom says, I think that's something good when you can look back at something you thought was great and see its flaws from a different perspective. It shows to a degree you've improved and learned. That's so true, and that's true with relationships as well. Oh my goodness, I am so grateful. I am so grateful that I have like improved in my relationships. That I can see like what's a healthy relationship and what's not. Oh my goodness, when you learn that, it changes your life. It really does. So, I mean, I'm thankful that I can look at things that I thought were great, and I can look at them now and be like, that is not great. That is not great, actually. So it's a good thing. I am grateful for the ability to learn. Yes, thank goodness. Whew. Phew. I'm Zan says, Nyan has always been the greatest average artist. That's why she's the best YouTuber. Yeah, I'm okay with being an average artist for sure. If I wanted to improve, I could, but it's not really set in my sights right now. I'm happy. The only thing maybe that I'd want to improve on is being able to draw faster with the same consistency in quality. Yeah, but I mean, that'll just come with time, I think. If I focus on it, it'll come. So, whatever. Me. Have any of you tried all the different kinds of dragon fruit? I'm curious which is tastier. Interesting. No, I haven't at all. Hehe. Hi, Manatheron, welcome. Welcome. Hello. I hope you're doing well too, Manatheron. Hope you're having a beautiful day, week. HP Tempa says, comparison is the root of suffering. It is a root of suffering. Maybe, perhaps. I think it really depends how you compare yourself with people. Because, I mean, if I were to compare myself with someone, I might think, wow, their art is so great. Oh, yeah, but I wouldn't think, oh, but my art. I wouldn't be like, oh, but my art sucks. I'll be like, well, their art's so great. I wanna I wanna draw stuff like that too. Or like, I wanna draw at that level too. I don't really think, wow, their art's so great, but mine sucks. Compared to mine, it sucks. Uh, yeah. Anyway. Because, like, if you're comparing to someone that's better, like, better at art than you are, that's a subjective thing. That's a subjective thing. I mean, maybe it's partially objective, but mostly subjective to say that someone's better at art than you are. I mean, yes, it can be objective to a point, but okay, now we're getting into something else. It's too complicated for me to compare myself to other people. My brain just keeps going in different directions. It doesn't let me do it. It's not that simple for me. Oh, great. It's all a state of mind. A matrix. Break the matrix. I kind of like this matrix. I'm happy in it. Don't need to break it. It's okay. I don't want to be like fighting aliens and stuff in the real world. I want to be in my dream world where everything is great and happy. Yeah. Sunhola says these streams are my mental health breaks, helping me become a better person, literally. Huh. Sogs Nyan, this therapist? I think I need therapy more than to be a therapist. I think I need therapy. Well, it's weird because sometimes I'll have a big problem and I'll be like, like for example, drawing. I was like seriously considering getting therapy because I was like so distraught and so upset every time I wanted to draw something. But now, like, I can draw just fine and I don't know why I was so upset before. And now I don't feel like I need therapy anymore. So, I have a lot of problems like that just come and go, like out of nowhere. Well, not a lot, just sometimes. Sometimes it happens. Yeah. Meet the child. Crimson Fox says, my view is to learn from those who are better at something than you. Being jealous won't improve you, but learning from others will. Yeah. Yeah, jealousy is unhelpful. The other thing it might be helpful for is like maybe it'll like kind of guide you to like what you want. For example, if you're jealous of someone's, but that's kind of difficult because some people get jealous over things they don't even want. You know? They just get jealous of someone else's, I don't even know what, emotions? Like they wish they were, I don't know. That's a whole nother thing. You know, some people might be jealous of like someone else's dress, but they think they're jealous of their dress, but really they're just jealous of how confident and happy they look in that dress. You know? And what they're really jealous of is other people's happiness. And you know what? If they just change their perspective a little bit, you know, they might. I don't know. I can't really speak on jealousy because I don't really feel that emotion often. At least I don't notice that I feel it. Let's see. I'm just grateful for everything I have. I just feel grateful all the time. I just feel constantly like I am so blessed. I constantly feel like I'm so lucky. I feel like I don't know, I feel like so grateful and lucky all the time. So It's hard for me to feel jealous of other. Also, their life is completely different to mine, so how can I even compare? Anyway, I don't know them. Anyway, so just keep swimming, Dory said. Yeah, in a way, just keep swimming. Cause sometimes you might want to change up your direction or backtrack a little and then turn the other way, you know? It's okay to backtrack, definitely. But it is good. I mean, sometimes it's good to have a break and think about things, but you don't want to stay in that place for too long, because then you'll be like not swimming and you'll be probably floating down, lost in your thoughts, lost in the whirlpool of darkness in your thoughts. And you know what? Sometimes you just gotta swim, pick a direction to go in and go there, and if it doesn't work, just go back and go a different way. Yeah. Theron says, yes, I've definitely been there. Sometimes you gotta see things clearly, especially examining the people you are supporting when you could be blind to who they are. Oh my goodness, yes. For the longest time, I was kind of supporting and like spending all of my time supporting this person that I did not align with. And at the time, I genuinely never even thought, I didn't even think about it. I didn't even think, who am I supporting? You know? Because, like, whatever I support, like, I'm supporting them, therefore I'm amplifying their thoughts and beliefs out into the world. I'm amplifying them. I'm giving them power. But some people, you should not give them power because some people will abuse that power and it's very bad. It's horrible. The things people are capable of is just vile and evil and wicked and horrible, like genuinely, and you might not notice it at the time because you're completely blind to it. So thank goodness for being able to learn and being able to see things differently. Change of perspective. Yes. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Oh, confirmation bias. Yes, Izanagi. That's the word I was looking for earlier. Thank you so much. Yes, confirmation bias is truly real. Yes. Yes. And we all do it. I'm sure. That's my confirmation bias telling me that we all do it. Yes. But maybe we don't. Who knows? That's my other confirmation bias of like, oh, but you can't be sure of something. Surely there might be a situation where that's not true. There you go. I have biases. Confirmation biases. HB Tempest says, well, they told me all the wood was rotten and needed replaced, but there was only a single split piece. The wood is still healthy. Okay, well that's good. That's good. I'm glad you know what you're talking about or what you're doing. That's good. Raideness says, sorry everyone for causing this clash of ideology, but in the process I think I've awoken my third eye. Appreciate it. No, don't apologize. We love clashing ideologies. It's fun. If anything, you've brought a topic to the stream that we can all talk about, And, you know, if we weren't talking about this, we might be talking about, like, I don't know, something not as helpful, you know, or not as interesting. Who knows? Maybe I would have been going on a rant about cooking or something, or like, oh my goodness, the dishes. I hate doing dishes. Like, man, I have dishes piled up to the ceiling. It's like every day I wash dishes, but it's never enough, you know? It's never enough. There's always more. You know, and Ryan does a lot of dishes too, and you know, it just keeps it's almost like there's more dishes every day that are being dirtified and being put. Oh my goodness. Anyway, we could have been talking about that for 30 minutes, but I'm glad we didn't. Oops, sorry. I'm glad we didn't. So thank you, actually. So don't say sorry. Oh, good. Happy. Thank you, actually. Manatheron said Dev had to pull the blinds off when dealing with people, and I'm like, oh my goodness, I can't support this. Yeah, it's hard because I'm kind of doing. Who's Ryan? That's my husband. I am married. Look at my finger. Okay, don't look at my fingers because there's no ring, but I'm married. That is my hubby. Okay. I got very sidetracked. What was I talking about? Yes, I can't support this, definitely. I've been, it's so hard because I love listening to music. And I noticed that when I listen to, like, angry, evil music, I kind of get this, like, because like, demons are entering my soul, kind of like, you know what I mean? Like angry evilness. I feel a darkness within me when I listen to evil music. But when I listen to beautiful, amazing, beautiful music, I'm like, wow, I feel so, like, entranced and happy and stuff. So I really think, like, what I consume, like, entertainment wise, has a huge impact on, like, me. I'm like a sponge. Like, if I watch a movie, I, like, start acting like the characters in the movie until I watch another movie, and then I start acting like the characters. Last night I was watching Mean Girls. I watched Mean Girls last night, and this morning I'm like, okay, try your best to not act like a Mean Girl character. Because it has that big of an impact on me, seriously. I'm like a sponge. So I have to be very careful what I listen to. And it's kind of good because, like, because I'm not listening to, like, evil messaging and, like, bad behaviors and stuff like that, I'm by default, no, as a consequence, I'm not supporting them. So that's really good. I would, like, this other day, I was on, like, Disney Plus because I want to watch a movie, and, like, it's always on Disney Plus, and I'm like, oh, I have to get the Disney Plus subscription again, and I cancel it, like, every month. But somehow we always want to watch Disney movies anyway. So I was watching this. I wanted to make use of my subscription, and I went to the Disney. Oh my goodness. And I clicked. I was like, let's watch a movie I haven't seen before. This is after I watched A Bug's Life, Cinderella, like a version of Cinderella, a Herbie Fully Loaded, Freaky Friday. I was like, okay, I've seen all these movies before. I'm gonna watch a new movie. So I click a random movie on Disney Plus. It was evil. It was demonic. It was creepy and so uncomfortable and disgusting. And I was like, how did Disney even make this? I feel like I should be offended at everything that's happening right now. And I was just like, no. And then literally, I only watched like 5 minutes of it, but not even 5 minutes, maybe like 3 minutes, and for the next 2 days straight, I couldn't stop thinking about how awful that movie was on Disney Plus. It had Emma Stone in it, and she was like a tormented. She was like brought back to life, and it was sick. And you know what? I used to be, when I was in my teenage years, I used to be completely desensitized to those kind of things. Like, I would totally be able to sit through that movie and like not have a single thought. But I think I've grown a lot since then, and I've learned to empathize so much. I think when I was younger, I had a severe lack of empathy, even to myself, and I did not understand people. I didn't understand myself. I didn't understand emotions, relationships, nothing. I was like a emotionally stunted. I don't know. Like, I was like I had this mentality of a child that like pokes animals or dead animals. I never did that, but like, you know, like that kind of mentality of like no empathy whatsoever. So I'm super glad that somehow I have been resensitized to awful things, and like now I can actually see something bad happening and feel an emotion of like, oh, that's bad. You know? I used to see bad things happening and not have any emotion. Like, I would not feel like, oh, that's bad at all. And I think that's seriously a thing people are lacking these days. I think that a lot of people are extremely desensitized and unempathetic to the world, and I think that they kind of, I know that I used to kind of take pride in that. Like, I would play scary games and not feel anything, but the thing is, my real life was a scary game because I was so desensitized. I was experiencing these horrible, evil, demonic things like every day from like the people around me. Truly, like illegal, like horrible things. And I will feel nothing. So I feel very happy now. I feel happy that yeah. I can watch something terrible and just be like, whoa, that was really terrible. That's such a privileged feeling to feel. And I hope that everyone else can feel a lot of empathy, a lot of like good things. Yeah. Wanting goodness for yourself is like so good. You know? It's so good. It's wonderful. Anyway. Thank goodness, humanity. I got my humanity back. I don't know where it went. I don't know where it was. But you know what? What changed me? If you do want more empathy, if you do feel like you're super desensitized to the world, and you see horrible things and you don't feel anything, like if you were to see someone beheaded, you'd be like, oh, whatever, another day. That is showing your lack of empathy, and I think it's incredibly important and good for your life to have empathy. I think that if you have a lack of empathy for others, you probably have a lack of empathy for yourself. You probably don't love yourself as much as you should. and you probably don't love others as much as you should, or that as much as, because it really helps. It really helps you feel happier, healthier, mentally, physically. Like your physical health will improve with like the amount of love you give and receive. So what helped me was finding people that truly loved me and showed me what love was. They showed me what love was, and that kind of pulled me out, and then I loved myself, and then I loved everyone, and happy ending. And it's so silly that people think of love as this weak thing, when truly it is much easier to be evil, and it's much easier to hate. Well, it depends on the person, but well, it's not easier to hate. I mean, for me, it's not easier to hate now, but it was easier to hate back then. But your life will truly get better if you experience true love. That's the hard truth. That's the hard truth. And yeah, whether you want to believe it or not, that's the one belief I have that's set in stone. I think that love is truly the answer to all the suffering. Yes. You know? Yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna read the chat and have a little mental break. Welcome, Dill Pickle. Oh, Manatharin, you're so sweet. Manatharin says, if I'm being honest, guys, life has been a bit tough lately. I really appreciate hearing from all of you on a regular basis. It makes me feel like I have somewhere to go. Yes, you are loved and accepted here. We love you, we accept you, and we want you to flourish and be truly happy. And I want you to find happiness and people who love you and all the goodness. Yes. So thank you. I'm really glad that you feel safe here. And that's kind of like, I'm very grateful that we've been able to cultivate such a beautiful community. Yeah, that is like very accepting and open and like loving and all that. So yeah. There's a lot of chat going on. Oh, I missed so much. I'm so sorry, guys. Hi, Alfonso. Welcome. I mean, I already read this. I know HP Tempest, but criticism without hatred. That is so important. I just wanted to say it again. That's so true. Criticism without hatred. Yes. So true. Constructive criticism is the best kind of criticism, but it's rare. It is truly. I've noticed that some people just they just don't know how to talk to people because of their upbringing or whatever. They just never learned the social skills to be gentle. Like, gentleness is a skill, and love, I think love is a skill too. And it takes a long time to learn how to be gentle. And yeah, gentleness has this beauty about it. When someone is a gentle person, it's truly, to me, it's a beautiful thing. I love gentle people. They're wonderful. Yeah, HB Tempest, you don't have to be a chef to know a burger sucks. That's true. That's so true, yes. See? Very true. Hi, Alfonso. I think I already said hi, but hey. um. Zan says it's like doing animation and people keep complaining. I was like, can I just have some appreciation? Yeah. I think that people, once again, a lack of empathy. I feel like people can't. Some people, not everyone, obviously, but some people really struggle to see the work that has been put into something, and they really struggle to appreciate the process and appreciate, because everyone starts somewhere, and if you can't appreciate people when they're bad at something, if you can't encourage them to get better, like, imagine if everyone just gave up when they were bad at something. Can you even imagine, like, what kind of world we would live in if that was the case? You know? Like, I can't even imagine, like, we would all be dead. I don't know. Like, we'd all be dead because, I mean, people who do medicine, for example, they need to, I know this sounds messed up, but even doctors need to fail and be bad at being a doctor in the beginning so they can get better over time. You know, at least you'd hope so. So anyway, I think that when people don't encourage others, it is nasty and ew, gross. I think that it's yuck. I don't like when people discourage others, especially when they're just starting out, especially when they're like bad at something and just starting out. Doesn't make sense to me. Come on. Of course they suck. They just started. Let them get better. You know? That's like what I say whenever a plant dies that I'm looking after. I'm like, of course it died. I suck at this. I'm just starting out. You know? Or like when a dish comes out bad when I'm cooking, I'm like, well, of course it come out bad because I don't understand like all the intricacies of flavor, and I don't understand like why when you mix these two things together it tastes bad. I don't get it because I haven't like tried. I haven't learned. You know, that's silly. I like to learn new things pretty often. Like learning new programs. When I learned how to do 3D work, my first 20 models, maybe 30 models, were so bad, and I was like, well, no, duh, of course they're bad. You know, I just started modeling, even though I'm a good artist, and I was able to get better at 3D modeling probably faster than other people would because I'm an artist as well. But I kind of got the eye already. But I was able to eventually make good models after like a year or two. You know, takes a while. Anyway, ridiculous. Be okay with being bad at things, you know? If you want to get better, focus on understanding. Don't focus on like, I'm bad at this, I'm bad at this, I'm bad at this. Just focus on like, okay, this part is bad. Why? How can I understand? Ask someone who's, I don't know. I always want to say ask someone who's better than you, but I don't want them to like be discouraging. So, yeah. It's hard. You gotta find someone who's encouraging and who understands that, you know, it takes time. Because even people who are good at things forget. They forget how hard it was for them in the beginning. They forget how much work they put in. And they forget to empathize. It's true. Yeah, animation can be definitely tedious and very hard work. Yeah, animation animation is time consuming. For sure. HB Tempest says, man, it's already been 45 minutes. Feels like 5 minutes. Wow, really? That's crazy. Wow. Okay. Well. I've been talking my face off, I guess. Manatharan says, I think art can be like other forms too. Like, I think my writing takes me places and I can make pieces of art with words. So I love to think art is in everything and it's beautiful. Yeah, I absolutely agree. Totally. Yeah. You can treat anything like an art. Really, even handwriting. You know, it's amazing that... It's amazing to me that... on the flip side of things, even if you do something for a really long time, you might not get better at it if you don't try to get better at it. For example, handwriting. You know, we've all been handwriting for years and years and years and years. And I suppose it's kind of different with this new generation. They don't really write. They just kind of type. Maybe writing is going to be phased out. Who knows? Wow, writing phased out? That's crazy to me. I wonder if that would... Nope. I was like, I wonder if that would lead to less artists, but then maybe not. I don't know. That's a thought. Okay, backtracking. Where are we? Yeah, it's amazing that you don't improve. Like, for example, brushing teeth. It's not like we're like master teeth brushers, you know? Don't really pay attention when you brush your teeth. You just kind of get it. Well, just brush every tooth, and you don't really think about technique. You don't think about, well, what is the best, most optimal way I can brush my teeth? I mean, some people might think that way, but a lot of us don't. So, yeah. Definitely, improvement is not just time, so I don't believe in the 10,000 hour thing. That's complete ridiculousness, but it is focus. You focus on getting better. Focus on understanding and such and blah 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 blah. Blah blah blah. Okay, we all know this. Reads the chat. Temporary handle says, I'm just gonna assume tried using frozen white dragon fruit for a smoothie once. It didn't taste very good. I mean, for me, I noticed that frozen and dried, like dried herbs and frozen fruits, don't taste as good as the fresh. In general, as a general rule, I believe that to be true. I mean, maybe there are exceptions, but I can't think of any right now. Yeah. They both just take the flavor out of it, you know? Blech. Yuck. But of course, you know, I use dried and frozen ingredients, of course. I don't understand why that happens, but yeah. Anyway, an elderly mushroom says, being average to me is not something I like. I love to push beyond the average and try to do better. The joy it brings me and the levels of improvement make me happy. It's not for everyone. It me happy. I think we all, I mean, I don't want to say I think we all have that. I relate. I don't really think that way. I don't think being average to me is not something I like. I think I'm okay with being average or whatever. But yeah, I do like to push my limits. I don't know every single person in the world personally, so I don't know what the average person is like. And to average out humanity, that's hard. What categories would you even use? What is average? I don't even know what average is. I'm sure there is a measurable average. Well, of course there is. There's plenty of measurable averages, but like, would that measurement even be applicable? I don't know. Anyway, we're thinking too hard. hung up on silly things. Comparison could also be a route to motivation. I suppose. Guess it depends on the person. Good morning. Oh, sorry. Was I not meant to say anything?
No, I was just...
Because you were like that.
I was just saying, I know you're streaming out.
Oh. You know I'm streaming, you won't say anything? Okay, good.
Yeah.
How are you?
Good, how you doing?
How was your sleep?
Good.
I'm good, thank you.
Good.
Oh, what was I doing? Oh yeah, streaming. I think I think okay, let's see. Suggs says, I think comparison is bad when you stop learning from others and just hate on yours and or their work. Yeah. Okay. Izanagi says using comparison to put yourself down is bad, but you should be using it as a goal and motivation. Okay. Alfonso says art is subjective and open to interpretation. That's true. HP Tempest says there was more context to my suffering comment because I posted so long ago. Well, it was more like suffering comes from comparison, but comparison doesn't always lead to suffering. I acknowledge that there is a lot more context to just about what everyone says, you know? You can't just take you can't just take someone's verbatim words and just think it only means a certain thing. So I get you. Yeah, therapy is expensive, that's true. Sucks. Well, the people who say they don't need therapy usually need it the most. You think so? That's funny. Xena, welcome. Hello. Well, it's not really funny, is it? Sorry. Raiden S says, depends on the mindset. I think some people compare believing that they are better, whereas some people compare for the purpose to improve. Depending on the reasons, result in a different intake. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Thank you, Nyan Temple. Welcome, Nyan Temple. I know it's been a while. I know you've been here for a while, but welcome. Elderly Mushroom says Cat has reached peak humbleness. She is a monk, bold and wise. I don't think that's true. I think I'm pretty prideful, and I think I'm awesome. I don't think I'm that humble. Do you think I'm humble? Don't answer that. I mean, it's fine.
I think you're humble.
Oh, you think I'm humble? I don't think I'm that humble.
You are definitely not that prideful.
Okay.
Like,
I'm not super prideful.
yeah.
But I think I'm cool.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean you're not humble.
Okay. So I guess I am humble, huh?
Okay, maybe a little less. No, I'm kidding.
Thank you, Alfonso, for the donation.
Here's the reason I paused, because I don't know what they mean by humble.
Yeah, well, everyone has a different definition. Yeah. Yeah, the perception, We've gone over that.
Yeah.
Thank you, Alfonso. Hope you're having a beautiful day. Dill Pickle says, I don't feel jealousy like at all, or much if anything. If I feel icky if I get like that. Yeah, I get that. I get that? Do I get that? Yeah, okay. Fair. HB Tempest says, I like who I am, the circumstances around me are irrelevant. I am content with my internal state. Jealous isn't often provoked. Okay. I'm glad you like who you are. That's good. OMG cooking rant, please. Man, one day. This one time I told you guys this before, but I tried making a blueberry oatmeal delicious meal and put it in the oven. It was blueberries that are blue, and I put them in the oven, and when they came out the oven they were green, like a witch's stew, like a dark swampy green. And I was like, ugh, what happened? I was actually hysterical, wasn't I? I was hysterical for like 2 hours. I was like laughing, I was crying, I was like, what is going on? Why do these... Why? Why is... This looks like an evil stew, like something out of a cartoon.
Yeah.
Didn't it?
It was green.
It was green.
Yeah, it was so green.
It was so gross. It was so green. I'm like looking for the picture. I don't think I still have it. It was so long ago. But anyway, yeah, it was traumatizing actually. Cause like I had already built up this like internal thing of like, oh, I'm terrible at cooking and everything I cook turns out bad. Which is kind of true in a way because I'm not like a pro chef. You know, it's not like I have a lot of experience cooking. Actually, I haven't had much experience at all at that point. And it's not like everything I made was bad. But like, you know, it wasn't like not everything was good. Anyway, so it was very traumatizing. That experience was awful. Do not recommend.
Do not recommend traumatizing experience.
Yeah, do not recommend traumatizing experiences. Yeah, that was just awful. I'm still looking for the picture. I was looking in the wrong folder. I don't even know why I was looking there. There it is! Oh, it looks worse than I remember.
Yeah,
hold on, how do I put this? Okay, hold on. How do I put this? Okay, it looks worse than I remember. Like it legitimately looks horrible. How do I? Oh, this is dangerous. There are so many things in this folder I don't want to show. 1 second. This one. By the way, this was me trying to be cute and cooking for my husband.
Yeah. It still tasted alright.
He ate it.
It was too much. What is it? Baking.
Yeah, okay.
That's what caused it to turn
Yeah,
green.
so what caused it to turn green was the baking soda that I put in. I didn't realize there was a difference between baking soda and baking powder. And I didn't put any green dye in here, I swear. This looks so much worse than I remember. I was traumatized.
Yeah.
Like there's a pink one for me and blue.
Quite honestly, it didn't taste that. It didn't taste that bad. I mean,
It didn't
really
taste bad. Look, you can see the marks on the spoon. We ate it and we were like, ooh. And the thing is, when it was in the oven, like when I pulled it out, see how it's overflowing? It's because it was like demonically like coming out like a volcano. Like in school when you do the volcano baking soda thing, it was like that. It was literally like coming out like crazy. It was very traumatic. Anyway, guys, look. Let this be a lesson. You make something, okay? Look at how ugly our countertops. You know what? I would be a cooking channel if it wasn't for our countertops.
Agreed.
Okay. Anyway. I got distracted with. Oh yeah. Just because you make something horrific doesn't mean you should give up on cooking, okay? You know,
lots of good things.
yeah, I've cooked delicious things that did not turn out green, like a witch's stew. I cooked delicious blueberry cheesecake. Remember that one that had like the brown sugar in it
So
and the brown sugar whipped cream?
Mm-hmm.
So good. I remember this one time when I was a kid, I drew something. Is that an alarm? Oh, that's my live stream alarm, but it's daylight savings, so.
Oh, I'll turn it off for you.
Thank you.
Let me see.
That must have been going off for a while.
No, just start.
Okay. Anyway, I remember this one time when I was a child, I drew a picture, of a girl, and I was trying to make her look pretty, but she came out so creepy looking. Like, what is that word? Creepy, she looks so creepy anyway. She looks so scary that it literally haunted my dreams, and I had to throw away the picture because I was just trying to draw this cute, innocent girl who's very cute, but the drawing just turned out so horrific. I had to throw it away. But I did not stop drawing. Look, I'm making cute art now. Okay? So don't give up just because you make something horrific. What is that? That was my attempt at making blueberry oatmeal surprise, I guess. It was a surprise, but just blueberry oatmeal, like, I just put blueberries in I don't know, I was following a recipe. It just didn't work out.
Well, you were trying to make granola.
Granola?
Yeah. I think so.
Why am I saying oatmeal? Did I not use
oatmeal
okay.
They're both oats.
Okay. Anyway, don't give up, guys. Follow your dreams.
Maybe it wasn't oatmeal.
I don't remember.
But why else would you put baking soda in it? I don't know.
I don't know. Just awful. Yeah. Okay. Anyway. Cooking rant. Yeah, there you go. That's a kind of a cooking. Like, we can look back on it now more calmly. But when it happened, I was hysterical. You know, I even went out and told people about it, which I never do. I never do that, huh? I even cried in front of them because I was like so shocked. I was shaking. Oh, it's very traumatized.
Yeah, it's nice.
But it was funny. Like, I was laughing and crying because I was so confused. I couldn't believe my reality. Yeah.
Fair enough. I mean.
Yeah.
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 You convince yourself you're a bad cook, and then something actually comes out
like horrific.
Horrific, and you're
yeah.
just like, yeah.
Yeah,
because you can't even believe how that happened. And you're like, that doesn't even make sense. It turned green. There's nothing green in here.
Yeah, there's nothing green in it.
I'm clearly cursed.
Yeah, cursed.
I was cursed like by a shaman when I was 3 or something.
Yeah. That's exactly how I felt.
Yeah.
Because it's funny because we tell ourselves we're bad at stuff. We're like, oh, I'm bad at cooking. I'm bad, blah, blah, blah. Like, oh, it always turns out bad. And then, like, you don't expect that to happen.
Yeah.
Like, you don't expect this. You didn't put anything green. Look at it's clearly green. You didn't put anything green in there and that happens and you're like, it's like my brain couldn't even believe. Anyway. What did I just return to? Demons? Demon John. Oh no. Oh, thank you, Alfonso. Thank you. Ew. Dill Pickle said, OMG, Cat watches Mean Girls. That's so cool. I told them I watched Mean Girls last night.
Yeah, I watched it last night.
Yeah, I watched it with Ryan.
It was nice.
It's really nice. Like, thank you for watching movies with me, even the silly ones.
Yeah.
I really appreciate that.
Everything we do is good. Like, everything we do is...
I've never actually sat down with someone and watched a movie with them, like, that I wanted to watch.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, we did Harry Potter.
No, I mean, anyone except you.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah.
That's alright.
Isn't that weird? Isn't that weird?
I don't know.
I think it's weird. I mean, I've sat down and watched movies with people, but...
Not one that you picked
Yeah,
out.
not one that I picked out. It's actually a very different experience.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Yeah.
That's great.
Happy. Anyway. See you at Raiden S. Thank you for joining. Okay. HB Tempest says, dang, I feel the same way. I don't like the darker stuff anymore. I used to thrive in it. We're about the same age, so it makes sense. Just growing up, I guess. Yeah, I totally agree. Yeah. When you're like a teenager, a young adult, you kind of take pride in like being desensitized to horrific things. It's weird.
Did you talk about that other movie?
Oh yeah, I talked about that movie. I still I still think about it like a few times a day.
Awful.
It was awful. I can't believe it.
Yeah.
Why would they put that on Disney Plus on the front page? I am a child. No, that's not. It's rated MA. It's 15 plus.
Yeah, I know.
15 plus. 15. What? Should be rated like. Well, I guess I get it. Cause like, when you're young like that, maybe your brain's like you can. I don't know. That's weird. It was awful. I think if I was 15, I would totally be able to watch it. But now that I'm older, I can't.
Yeah. Well, here's the weird thing. Those ratings are there so that the person who watches the movie kind of knows what they're getting into, and also so the person potential watching is able to shield their children from things that don't belong in their house, so to speak. And so when I think about that movie, I don't see either of those things being met by calling it that. But I guess 15.
Like
no, I think 15's too young.
Like a minute in, she
It's just weird.
She like pees herself. Why? Like, why is that even necessary to put in the movie? And it's just so bizarre, like uncomfortable. I can't watch it.
Why did they have to have her play with the dead man's pee-pee?
Okay, this is a G-rated stream. We're not traumatizing our viewers.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Gross.
I just had to and the eye thing.
Yeah.
It's like it wasn't even like a meaningful and like it wasn't like they didn't even frame it in like a way that's like, oh well, maybe this is actually beautiful, or maybe this is actually like, it was just sick. I don't know. And it had such good ratings too. Well, at least from the advertisements. I don't know, whatever.
Yeah, have 15 plus, but not 20 plus.
It should be like, it shouldn't even have a rating on age. It's like, if you like messed up things, then you should watch it maybe. Well, you shouldn't even watch it. You should like stop watching that stuff.
Stop watching messed up things.
Like if you like messed up stuff, just stop watching it. And like, I don't know, find your inner child and love them. Or something. Touch grass. Breathe air. Outside. Eat in the sun.
I love you. Touch grass.
Be grateful.
That's right.
Find Jesus. I don't know. Read the Bible.
Well, the Bible's got plenty of war and stuff in it too.
Yeah, but it teaches you good things.
Yeah, but it.
You know,
but it doesn't glorify it.
Yes, like a Job. You know, Job is like suffering and
Job
like.
Job is awesome. Yeah.
Job is like suffering, and this guy's like, his entire body's like melting from disease, and like he's like becoming totally gross. But like they don't frame it in such a way that's like disgusting.
As if it's a form of art.
Yeah. Don't call that art.
Yeah.
It's like not even. It's just an excuse to be gross. Hello. Hi, ADP. Welcome. You mothered me in middle school and now I'm in uni. Oh, cute. Hello, my child. So lovely seeing you grow up. I want to encourage you to be a wonderful, great person and wonderful. You know? You reading something that says Disney Plus is made for adults?
No.
Oh, okay. What are you reading?
Oh, there is a Disney 18 plus, Nyan Temple says. But Nyan Temple also said, scary stuff in movies would always make me want to skip it. That spider scene in the Chamber of Secrets, Harry Potter, made me arachnophobic. And I was like, oh, yeah, that's fair. That's absolutely fair. I can understand that.
Yeah.
I don't mind spiders. I'm, like, not arachnophobic at all, but that scene's really intense. And they chose spiders to do it, which is an intense fear people have. Like, yeah, I get it.
Well, yeah, one of the main characters has a fear of spiders.
Yeah.
Yeah. I loved that scene. I thought it was great.
Yeah. I don't think the scene was bad, but I get it. I get
well, he's like, why is the spiders?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of true, because the spider guy was like, oh, just because you're a friend of Hagrid's, you know,
Yeah.
doesn't mean I can't serve you up to my children.
Yeah. After I told you all the details you asked.
Yeah. He's like, I won't eat you, but my children will.
Oh, great.
Goodbye, friends of Hagrid. He says.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Man. Oh man. Okay. Da 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 da. HP Temper says, why do you have to remind me I have to do my dishes? I hate them too. Dude, I'm reading stuff from like 20 minutes ago. I'm so behind in chat.
Oh, is that true? Disney Plus was not made for kids. Disney Plus was made for adults.
I don't know. I was not there at the Disney office when they made an intentional decision about that.
Okay. Well, is there a Disney not Plus?
It's just a Disney without the plus.
Yeah, is there?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, okay. Okay, never mind.
Well,
There's
you can
Disney
like
Kids or
you can set your age.
Okay.
But that movie was 15 plus.
Yeah,
It's not like it was.
You have a 15-year-old and you're
It
like,
wasn't
oh, well,
18
here you go,
plus.
throw this on.
No,
Yeah.
I can't even imagine doing that. Oh my goodness. Reads the chat. Oh, go.
Disney minus.
Disney minus. Yeah, I have to unsubscribe from Disney now because of that movie. Because that was traumatizing.
The minus is for minors.
Really?
No, I just made it up. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. That was something.
Disney minor.
Manatharan says, I may not know you, Cap, but I really connect with your story and you inspire me that things can get better. They can get better. You tell them, sweetheart.
They can get better.
Yeah, they can get better.
Of course they can.
Of course.
And
yeah, I think that when you're in a bad place, it's difficult to even imagine that there are genuinely good people out there. Because you're surrounded by, like, bad people, right? So you don't even have an example. And, like, you think that when you actually see a good person, you're like, okay, what are they hiding? Like, what is actually wrong with them? Like, well, is nyansai a demon, actually? Like, behind the scenes? Is she evil little wench who goes around and,
Bob's people on the head.
Pops people on the head?
Yeah,
wow. Bops them on the head?
Yeah, like the book.
Like a book.
Little bunny foo-foo.
Foo-foo, what?
Yeah.
Huh?
Little bunny foo-foo hopping through the forest, picking up the field mice and bopping them on the head.
Whoa.
Yeah.
We did get some mice. We put them out.
Yeah.
Not put them out of their misery, but took them outside.
We lab captured and we walked.
We walked 2 kilometers.
2 kilometers.
How many miles is that? 1,000 miles and I would walk 500 more.
Yeah. It's about 1.4 or something.
We walked too long. Like an hour.
Yeah.
Was it an hour or 30 minutes? I don't know. It felt like a really long time. It was like an hour. Am I lying?
It was a long time. Yeah,
it was a long time.
It was about an hour.
I think it was like 40 something minutes. Wasn't it? Anyway, we walked along. Okay. We're getting sidetracked. We're not really being clear about what we're talking about, so no one's picking up on what we're saying. That's okay. Sharon Yang says, have you ever had times where you were really sad, though? Of course I've had times where I was really sad.
Oh, yeah.
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 I get those not all the time, but
many times.
I get many times, yeah. Heaps of times. I mean, heaps of times if you, like, over the course of my life, you know. So, yeah. You know? True. Sug says, I think it's honestly harder to be empathetic now with the way the media is. Yeah. Is Ryan also from Australia? No. Ryan is from America. Isn't that right?
You know, it's interesting. What is that? Sogs? Sogs. I think it's hard to be empathetic.
Okay.
Do you mean like it's harder to be empathetic because you're desensitized, so nothing gets your emotions moving?
Well, I think a lot of people replace friends with media these days. That's a hot take.
Well, yeah. I mean, I could see that happening for sure. I mean, yeah.
Yeah. So if media is like your friend, you know.
Media doesn't have any feedback, but that's obviously not the point for some people, I guess.
I don't know.
It does, I suppose. It does have something.
I think it depends what kind of media you what's the word? Not enjoy.
Entertain yourself with.
No, you pick. You
Okay.
choose. Because
Yeah.
a lot of people watch things that they don't enjoy.
Mm-hmm.
They kind of watch it out of habit or like interest or disgust even. They just watch things that disgust them. You know? I even like when I took a shower after that movie, I was thinking in the shower, I was like, maybe I should just like watch the movie so I can like maybe something good's gonna happen. Like I just wanted something good to happen. I'm like, okay, let's be real, nothing good is gonna come from that. And then I made up a good ending.
Yeah, well, that was smart. I like
Yeah.
that a lot.
I had to make up an ending for that movie, so I didn't watch it.
You're right, though. I mean, how many movies or just shows or whatever have we sat through?
Or YouTubers even, you know,
Yeah.
music.
Yeah.
Wow.
Just waiting for it to get good, and
Yeah.
it's on the edge of it, but like, no,
Yeah.
it never does.
Yeah. And people. Like you kind of stick around someone for a long time because you're like, I believe there's good in their soul, and I believe that this and that, and I believe this and that. No. Some people just be bad people because they consistently choose the wrong choice, and they know it. And that's what they want to do. Anyway. And that's the same with shows, same with songs, same with everything. Yeah. The choice is not in your hands what other people are like. Yeah. I could not control that movie. You know, I cannot control the outcome of that movie.
Yeah,
so
for sure.
I was like, no. Good. Sog says, yep, it was also very controversial how surgeons would practice on stolen corpses, even though it was to improve and help others. Yeah. We were talking about something completely different a long time ago. We weren't talking about specifically corpses, but we were talking about how, you know, it takes time to get good at stuff.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
And, like, including doctors. You know, they might make mistakes and do bad things. And give someone an ear infection that makes them need to go to the ER.
Oh, that's...
Oddly specific.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Okay, anyway. But, you know, they learn. You hope they do. Anyway. Yeah. Yes. Like, I can imagine, like, you go to, like, a dermatologist or something, and, like, they give you like a cream that to like help your skin, because like it works on other people, but then it doesn't work on you, and it makes your skin 1,000 times worse. And then like, you know, just people.
Yeah, I have to imagine that's quite common.
Actually, it's very common to be medicated for like either you get wrongly diagnosed or you get the wrong medication for you personally. You know, it's very common, and you know, you hope that they learn. That's it.
Yeah. I was really lucky when I went to a dermatologist one time. And they were like, they looked at me and they said, hey, do you mind if I touch your face? And I said, yeah, go ahead. And they touched my face for like a millisecond. And they were like, okay, you've got atopical dermatitis. And what you're going to need to do is try this. And then they gave me 2 different things to try. And both of them actually worked.
Good.
which was surprising because everything else I had ever tried
Yeah.
caused me to break out more or get a rash because my skin is really sensitive. Yeah, but they figured it out right away.
Yeah.
I was like, and they said try these out. If they don't work, come back immediately.
It's really amazing what some experience will do.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because I remember I was going to the doctor about this problem. They couldn't figure it out, so they put me to a specialist, and they're like, I know what's wrong with you, like instantly.
Mm-hmm.
It's amazing.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, but just because they know what's wrong with you doesn't mean they can fix you.
Yeah, that's true.
Especially if it's not curable, or like they just don't know why.
Yeah.
Like the medical field hasn't figured out why it happens. Anyway, that's another thing. This would be the first stream to put Cat's voice out of commission. Yeah, my throat really hurts.
Oh, I'm sorry, sweetheart.
I've been talking for almost 2 hours.
Yeah.
No, it's almost been 2 hours. That's fake.
Yeah.
It's my live streaming program. It's fake news.
Oh.
My live streaming program says I've been streaming for 1 hour and 50 minutes.
Well, this one says hour 50 minutes too.
Yeah. Okay. Well, this one says 42 minutes, so that's not.
Oh,
that's
that's a
not
lie.
right. Yeah. Huh. Everyone's saying hello to you. Good morning. Hi.
Yeah.
Sup. Hey yo. You know, that was a while ago, but yeah. Good morning.
Good morning, guys.
Oh, and you said
Actually,
good morning back.
Yeah, probably good afternoon or good evening for many of you.
And Elderly Mushroom says Cat was more annoyed by being called humble than being called bald. I guess I don't really. I don't. Okay.
Okay, well,
Sure.
The thing is,
I wasn't annoyed. Was I annoyed?
I think you were fine. You were not. I don't think you were annoyed. You were just trying to process it and figure out if that's an accurate statement.
Yeah, that's true. Oh, thank you. You get me.
Yeah, that's okay.
You get me.
Of course I do.
You know me.
I think being humble is an interesting thing because the definition of humble, like I said, there's two general definitions. Being humble isn't a virtue if it's just putting yourself below others. But the virtue of humility or being humble is recognizing value.
We did talk about placing more or less value on yourself in comparison to others earlier. And I said you can't do that because everyone has so much potential and you can't just like someone could be the best person ever and turn into the worst, or the worst person ever could turn into the best, you know? Like you can't, and just because someone's like really good at one thing doesn't mean that if you're not good at the thing doesn't mean that you're worse than, like, you're a worse person than them. You know?
I would say it goes even outside of potential. Because like, when I look at someone who's on their deathbed, I don't go, oh, they have no potential left, so therefore their value is less.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It was yes,
but yeah, that's a good example.
Thank you for saying that. It's just one take. One view.
I
Yes.
do agree with you saying
yes,
those,
thank you. Thank you. But yes, that was an important thing to say. It's not just potential and what people do in life. It's, you know, it's many things. Yeah. So yeah, the value is equal, or it's not even measurable, really. I don't know. Invaluable.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. What was green? What was green? The thing I cooked was green. Blueberries and anything yellow makes an... It wasn't yellow! There was nothing yellow in there. Was there? No. It was not like colors mixing.
We deliberated over that and we thought, like oats and blueberries, oats being brown yellow? But it wasn't that because once we looked it up, it was baking. When baking soda...
It's like a chemical reaction.
Yeah, it's a chemical reaction with blueberries.
Yeah, blueberries and baking soda... When you have too much baking soda mixed with your blueberries, it turns green. Yeah, but I'm sure that if you do mix, you know, blue and yellow, it makes